Hello everyone, my name is Tomas. I'm Chief Commercial Officer at Oxylabs, and today I would like to talk about product monitoring systems. So e-commerce is a very fast growing industry and everyone wants to stay competitive in this industry. And in order to do that, of course, you need to have insights about your competitors or what is happening in the market. There's millions and billions of SKUs and different marketplaces. So in order to get those insights, those competitive insights, you need to build a product monitoring system. But it's not an easy task. So today I would like to tell how you could actually build this type of system, real-time system in 5 minutes or quicker using Oxylabs e-commerce scraper API. And how actually our e-commerce scraper API can help you to solve a lot of engineering problems you would potentially face when building the system on your own. Before that, it's important to understand why these kind of product monitoring systems are helpful for business. And there's a lot of use cases, but as mentioned, having this competitive insights or competitive insight edge would help you out to make better decisions. And there's multiple use cases. For example, just simply by tracking products, you can better understand your competitor's assortment strategy. Is there specific product categories appearing which you don't have in your own marketplace or in your own shop? So that can give you very good insights where to invest further from assortment perspective. Another use case would be, let's say, just to track pricing and promotions in real time. And because of e-commerce, there's limitless digital shelves, and there's limitless pricing changes and promotions which can happen in real time. So having a real-time monitoring system can be very helpful in order not only to retrospectively review and figure out what promotions to do, but also to act in real time and maybe do some changes on prices of specific products in real time. Another one is just tracking out of stocks. Maybe there's something with supply chain and maybe you have some specific items your competitors don't, and that could be used to attract more clients, more users into your store. Also, just an overall product category trends and overall user review tracking. So it can give you insight. Is there any potential categories or products you didn't think through to put in your store, and actually shows quite good signals and could potentially unlock your new revenue, which you previously didn't have. And there's more of these kind of type of use cases when you have that system to collect that information in real time. But as I mentioned, there's multiple challenges when you want to build this system. And I would list 4 of these challenges as the key ones, and they kind of come up just from a get-go when you start building this system. Number 1 being that website bot blocking and captchas, right? So it's not easy to get that information or track a specific thousands of product pages in real time when you're getting blocked, when you cannot collect that information. The second one is geo-blocking and assortment and pricing localization. A lot of our products prices are actually localized, so meaning that that particular promotion or price is available only if you're in a specific location, and websites are using APIs to identify your location, and in that way to show the right price to the right user. So if you use only a single IP address or limited list of IPs in order to scrape or monitor product pages, you can actually get inaccurate information and get wrong insights. So that's another challenge. Also, JavaScript rendering. There's a lot of more and more sites are using JavaScript, and they're quite heavy websites. And in order to extract those data points and make the insights, you need to have a process and a system to render those JavaScript heavy websites. The last thing is maintenance of the parser, right? So the websites are changing all the time. and the HTML is changing all the time, and because it's so unstructured, you always need to monitor manually the parser and to figure out if the parsing rules you already have actually still continues to extract the necessary data points for you to make the right decisions. So it takes a lot of time, engineering, resources, and necessary infrastructure. What is good is that our Scraper API our e-commerce Scraper API actually can help you to solve those challenges through specific features. So number one is that our Scraper API comes with AI-powered scraping and proxy rotation system. So it selects specific proxy type, user agent, and other parameters, 1,000 parameters, in order to bypass blocking and captures, and to have this continuous stream of data from thousands and millions of product pages. Also, it is connected to our large proxy network, which has proxies from many countries, and even proxies from, or IP addresses on specific city level. So you don't need to worry if you want to collect geo-specific information, pricing information accurately in that way, because you just need to send a single parameter and start using those specific country IP addresses very easily. Also, the JavaScript rendering comes out of the box, so you don't, and it's a heavy process. It's running in the background, so you're always going to get, even from JavaScript heavy websites, parsed information and HTML or raw HTML very easily without worrying that you need to render the JavaScript. And the last thing is that our e-commerce Scraper API includes AI-powered adaptive parser, so it can actually parse specific specific fields about the product, like price, all price, description, or title of the product, and many more. I'll show you an example in a bit, but more or less then can help you out to solve this key challenges. Just to better understand how our Scraper API works, I'll show you in the Postman. In a sense, it's a simple REST API to which you send a request with specific parameters. In this case, I'll be scraping or showing an example of scraping this product from this website. So I'll copy the URL, which I want to scrape. You can see I'm adding specific parameters like source to define the specific scraper, the URL, which I just copied, parser type, so in order to activate our AI-powered parser, and define it that it needs to be the information which I would like to get. It should be parsed, not raw HTML. I'm adding rendering, right? So JavaScript rendering, and also defining a location of the IP address to use. You can define it by city level, state, or country, and there's almost limitless list of countries you can use. You can add even more parameters, which you can find in our documentation, which can help you out to scrape with even more specifications. But in this case, I think it will be enough for our example. So I'm sending the request, and just in a few kind of seconds, I'm receiving the result, already parsed result. And as you can see, I have JSON, which already parsed price of the product, the title of the product, what is the currency, and description, and even more parameters related to the product, as you can see, which then can be used for you to make insights. The parsing part, what is important is that our AI adaptive parser can extract automatically and even address the website changes for fields like product ID, brand, regular price, and all price, so that can be also listed currency, availability, description, image URL, and other additional parameters which come on specific websites. If you want to extract some fields or parse some fields which are not listed here, you can actually get together with the parsed information raw HTML and build your own parse on top in order to extract that information. Now, everything sounds good, right? Of course, it needs to be integrated in the whole system in order to make it a product monitoring system. So a typical architecture, which you can actually very quickly build using our Scraper API, would look like this. It consists of 4 parts, starting with the client microservice, which would send those parameters and target URLs you would like to scrape. So you can send a batch request, so meaning a list thousands of URLs you want to scrape, and our Scraper API will handle it. Our Scraper API support both synchronous and asynchronous integration, so you can pick and choose what works for you in order to scale. And when the request is sent to our REST API, our system starts our AI-powered scraping and proxy rotation system, uses our proxies and targets the website or the URL you want to scrape, collects the information, parse it, and it can be gives it back through the same endpoint, or it can actually be returned to AWS or Google Cloud storage, depending on your choice, because we have out-of-the-box integration with those cloud providers. After that, when you have that parsed information in JSON located somewhere in your cloud storage or any other location, you can then start transforming it, running ETL processes in order to aggregate information or extract specific data fields, or just make a CSV file for manual analysis. So that creates this very very lightweight architecture. So this creates very lightweight architecture in order to monitor the products or specific e-commerce marketplaces, and based on that information make decisions. Of course, when you start, maybe you start with thousands of product URLs and it works, but for engineers, everyone knows when you start scaling, there's specific problems you need to take into account. And I'm happy to say that those scaling problems also are addressed in our e-commerce Scraper API product. So there's a couple of things you need to take into account when scaling the system from thousands to millions, or even tens of millions URLs or product pages you want to monitor. So number one is there's very useful out-of-the-box features which comes with Scraper API. So number one being that proxy rotation is auto-scalable, so you don't need to worry that you need to get more proxies or from specific country, or you want more proxies from other countries which you didn't have. So just with a single parameter, you can pick and choose any country, and even for a specific URL, you can choose which country you want to use, which country AP you want to use. Another thing is JavaScript rendering is also auto-scalable. So although you start to scrape more JavaScript heavy websites, that will be taken care of in background by us. So you would always receive accurate information without any issues. And also parsing processes are also can be easily auto-scaled. So just sending more URLs and this kind of, you don't need to worry or change parameters in that case, because it's very easy to scale. What you still need to concern when building the system is that you still need to continue monitoring or managing the URL database. So if you want to add more product pages you want to track, you need to choose or collect those URLs and send those through our REST API. But you need to continue monitoring in order to figure out if you still want to continue to track those, or some of the URLs are already doesn't work, etc. So that part needs to be considered. Also, as a last stage, if you get more and more data when you start tracking millions of pages, you need to have a strong data management infrastructure in order to transform that data and continue to extract those insights at scale. And of course, the last thing, if you want real-time insights, you need to automate your reporting system in order to provide those insights in the real time. And it also takes time, but it's very critical for you to take this into consideration when scaling this system. So hopefully it was interesting and useful. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next video.